Millions heartbroken over the sudden death of Bob Saget after the beloved star of Full House was found dead in his Florida hotel room. Housekeeping reportedly discovering the actor and trying to perform CPR after he missed checkout. The cause of death not yet known, pending further review, but there were no signs of foul play or drug use. Greg, you understand what it means and takes to be funny. Why was Bob Saget so beloved by so many?
Oh, he was an awful person. Terrible, terrible guy. I've had two interesting interactions with him. One like a year ago. He was with Dave Rubin. They were out drinking, or they were out. I don't know if he was drinking. And Dave goes, "Hey, Gutfeld, why don't you come out here? I'm with Bob Saget." And I said, "Tell him I said hi." And you could hear in the background Saget say, "Tell him to go F himself." So that's what my point being this is that Saget probably would hate tributes about this. Like he's like, even though he played the nice guy, he had a dirty mind. Anybody who knows him will tell you that he was a sick guy. So for his sake, I want to say that I'm sad that he died, because I wish it could have been kinkier. I wish that he had been tied to the bed, surrounded by hookers.
Greg.
Dana, on that note, were you a fan of Full House? And if so, what are your thoughts about this?
Changing topics. Yeah, I liked Full House, but I will tell you my favorite show, like still to this day, one of my favorite shows is America's Funniest Home Videos. I loved that whole thing. It was great Sunday night after 60 Minutes, of course. Just a terrific show and a great talent. He'll obviously be very missed.
Katie, you're the youngest on this panel. What are your thoughts on Bob Saget?
Well, I grew up in a household where we didn't have satellite television until I was a teenager. And so I remember watching America's Funniest Home Videos when we had 3 or 4 channels and you had to catch it at the right time. And also loved Bob Saget on that show. But I also love seeing the people who worked with him giving him tributes, because it's clear that he was a funny guy on the screen and off, and that he treated the people he worked with really, really well. And it's heartbreaking to see all of them so sad to lose their friend and their coworker.
Jesse, he was a father and a family man. It has to be tough for his family. What are your thoughts on this, Dave, about Bob Saget?
Well, because I didn't have a very active social life in middle school, I spent every Friday night watching Full House. It was a great show, and I looked at the ratings at that time. They did 8 seasons and averaged 15 million viewers an episode. I mean, that is a lot. And then he parlays that into America's Funniest Home Videos, which was the first viral video show ever. This was pre-internet. This was where it was home videos that people shot on a camcorder of people falling down, animals falling down, or animals making people fall down. And for people with a really lowbrow sense of humor, I loved it. And then the audience got to vote on who the best video was, and then they get a cash prize. And that did a 9-year run. So there was a time in from the late 80s to the mid 90s where Bob Saget was watched for hours on television by tens and tens of millions of people. And that's why people love him so much. And I think a lot of people miss him.
I think you're right. Rest in peace, Bob Saget.